Doing the most. Mr. Ford, I see y'all. We in the building. Let's go, y'all. Tap the screen, share the live. We got one for the books this morning. What up, though? Ain't no justice, just us. Ash to ashes, dust to dust. I know I wanna die, survive with peace of mind. There will be no compromise. Just put the slide, y'all. Hey, yeah. Wait a minute. Let me get it fun. Everybody out there getting down for and it's ain't fun. In the street, selling body for niggas killing each other in the street for all a lie, all a lie. Here we go. I don't give a. I ain't going out for. Yeah. My brothers. Good morning, horsemen. Welcome in. I see you guys rode in side saddle this morning.
Good morning. What's going on with it?
Bright-eyed and early in the morning. We about to get it in like Flint. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for joining. Tap the screen, share the live out, show some love and support. First of all, we thank y'all, everybody, for those that went out and bought the calendar. Thank y'all. The calendars are still out there. They're still on sale. Go get your Bearded Brothers calendar. I'm going to continuously promote this thing. We're doing okay on sales right now, according to the secretaries of secretaries. Anyway, good morning, fellas. How you feeling? We're going to start this off correct. How your brothers doing this morning?
Living the dream, brother.
I say it to you, my brother.
I'm good. Just home from work.
All right. So, we just going to, you know me, I don't like to wait no time. Time is of the essence. We're just going to jump right into it. So this morning, question to you men. Do you think, do men think before they move for better outcomes, or do we react? Or are we reactors? Let me rephrase that. It's the quiet part for me.
Nah. I ain't that quiet. But no, I mean, you got to think about it. The situation is that you was unaware of, that just happens to be presented to you. Well, at that point, yeah, it's your reaction. But if you yourself or have already made up in your heart, already made up in your mind, certain situations, certain circumstances, this is how you're going to deal with things, then yes, they are planned. So I feel like it's vice versa, just depending on the situation. You know, if you come up to me, man, you know what I'm saying, one minute you're happy, but then the next minute you cuss me out. Well, it's up to me right then and there to either react to it or just plan to be like, yo, okay, he's on some weird stuff. I'm going to go ahead and call him back later when he can calm himself down. It's all your perspective and how you respond to things. That's how I look at it.
Okay. I like that.
I think it has to do with where you are mentally, man. If you're pretty sound mentally, I think you don't really. Let me back up. What I mean by sound mentally, like a high level of emotional intelligence, because that's what it is. The EQ is how we our knee-jerk reactions to things is definitely impacts how high that EQ can be or low it can be, right? So I think it really comes down to understanding where you're at
as an individual, because to me, so many things come into play into that. You know what I'm saying? We could be stressed out. We could be in a big mind space that we're not really ready to be able to handle something that just comes out of the blue like that. And so I think, depending on a man's mindset, where he's at personally, will determine if he reacts or if he kind of slow walks it, for lack of a better term.
You know I'm waiting on you, right, Unc?
Yeah, I was waiting on that.
You know I'm waiting on you.
He just wants
I
to
think
see
if we're gonna be early on hump day, let me go and say what I need to say. There's levels to this ish. And I believe, because honestly, I've always been pretty much a calculated thinker. It's just that you also have to consider the level of maturity as a man as well. And as well as also depending on the circumstance. Like, for example, even to this day, if you say something crazy that's gonna come bring harm to me and my family, ain't no to do it. But if we're talking about just on an everyday situation, I'm always looking at what can I do better today than I did yesterday. And that's very calculated, not just in a bad situation, but in good. What can I do to maximize?
You breaking up a little bit, Unc.
So it's being calculated not only to better moves. Maybe I get closer.
Yeah, because your Wi-Fi was Wi-Fi.
Oh, thank you. How about now? We good? Hopefully.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, let me just say the short version. The short version.
Yeah,
the short version is this, man. It's calculated. I mean, I'm a calculated person, and I believe a lot of that has to do with maturity. And I think that's important because as we get older, we should be making smarter moves and more efficient moves in our lives. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something bad, but it also can be things that are good. Because like we say, all money ain't good money. So I think it's very important that we understand that. And I know for me, I'm maximizing the moment because since I got up this morning, that time is gone. It's part of history already. 5:30 in the morning is gone. I don't get that back. So I have to be mindful of what I have, right now, what's in front of me. So I think it's very important that do we think about better moves? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm about to get in trouble. That's one of the reasons why as husbands, when we get asked a question, we take a moment to answer. Why? We're trying to weigh how we're gonna answer that question because it can mess up your day or get you in trouble.
That is true.
Let me have one more quick nugget. I think we are always reactionary when it comes to protecting our family or protecting our children. I think that's just as men. I know I'm not. Let me not speak for everybody. You just gonna get this work. Whatever I'm feeling in that moment, depending what it is, it's going to be a reaction, and it's going to be the best reaction that I can give you in that moment based on the threat that is happening. And so I will say, and from that aspect, me as a man, I'm always reactionary on that one. I just hope that in those moments, depending on the situation, I'm in a good headspace where now I put myself in a my actions to create another situation that I got to deal with, and for sure, for lack of a better way to say it.
No, that's good. I think men are natural reactors. We think, but a lot of us don't think before we move. A lot of times we may think that we moving strategically. We may think that we are logical thinkers, but sometimes our logic is wrong, and we'll react first. And then sometimes like that, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't think things through. And we got to look at that in our everyday lives, not only just as far as protecting our families or whatever the case, but even our reactions and our movements when we introducing ourselves to women, when we going into these relationships, even when we going into jobs, certain aspects of it, we have to look at it as a whole. Like our reaction causes reactions. So the way that we react to a woman and the way that we move in relationships causes a whole nother dynamic. Now I'm not saying that we are to blame for the way things go. It depends on the person that you're with, how things flow between you both. But when it comes to us, yes, I think that we react very quickly to certain situations without even thinking them through.
What's up, young buck?
I just be sitting here just gathering information, and then my brain starts moving. So, right, I'm gonna use this metaphor like this, just as a car, right? Think about a man. We are a vehicle, okay? If we don't put in, we can't drive, we can't produce, we can't do anything, right? And then when something is presented to us, and if we're not prepared because we haven't prepared ourselves and have it in us already to deal with anything that is thrown in our way, what are we doing? We trying to find the keys. Oh, tire's flat. Man, battery's dead. Well, if all these things ain't working in yourself already, what makes you think that you're going to be able to react right? And what makes you think you're going to be able to plan correctly? Because you ain't started your engine. You haven't invested in yourself enough. You haven't been created that safe place, that peace, that all those things. So now you're going to react. Yes, love. You are good to go, sweetheart. Go ahead and grab your tablet, love. If you are, you're going to be quick to react. Why? Because you have not grounded yourself. You have not allowed yourself to understand how to plan and how to react. So automatically you're going to react. That's in any normal state of mind when a situation arises, because you never planned for anything to happen. You never planned for these things as yourself. So if you invest in yourself, teach yourself, create that peace, create that safe place, it doesn't matter what comes your way. You're going to have a plan in action to deal with it because you're already at peace with everything inside of you.
Correct. I think that for us men, when it comes to trying to fix situations, I think sometimes we actually need to pause, like I said in a post that I put on my page. Sometimes you got to sit still and just let the world move so you can see clearly. Because if you're moving with the world, you can't see everything that's going on. You should sometimes a man, in order to fix certain things, he needs to sit still and just watch things move. So that way he knows how to react to the movements instead of moving with it, because we don't know how to react if we're going with the flow, then it just keeps going, but we're not reacting to, we're just going with it. If we set ourselves aside from the flow and watch it move, then we know how to move accordingly. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. As we get older, we start seeing things for what it truly is. But a lot of times, us men, because of where we are right now in our lives, we don't want to sit still. We want to keep moving. We want to try to keep up with the times. We want to do all these things. So we start reacting to everything that's thrown at us. And sometimes we have to, you know what, just keep our hands folded and sit there and watch and just let things manifest. And it's actually, you actually get clarity, because for me now, I'm learning to stop moving. I'm learning to sit still and watch things go, because I'll get more clarity. It clears my mind when I'm stepping out of that, trying to stay with the flow situation. Because now I'm creating my own flow. I'm creating my own rhythm. Okay, I gotta keep going. Okay, fine, keep going.
No.
No, but it's a thing with us, when it comes to men. And I don't want anybody thinking like it's a man versus a woman, because this is a total man thing. This is something as we as men have to deal with, have to handle, in order to be good for the women that we with. Like, we can't always react to their situations when they come to us with certain things. We have to learn how to think before we move. We have to start playing chess. Even in our marriages and our relationship, men have to start playing chess. Like, I got to start moving strategically. I got to think about it. Even while she's talking, I want to sit there and think before I react to what she's saying. Let me give her an opportunity to hear what she has to say. And think about it, and let me process it as she's going on. I'm processing. Okay, so now I know that my reaction should not cause a different reaction. Y'all get what I'm saying?
And you know there's that conflict, right? You know there's that conflict in that because, just for instance, right? Me and my wife are total opposite when we deal with stress to, different things. And I'm the type of person where I don't really show a reaction. I seem calm, cool, collected, and my wife be like, how come you're not, how come I don't see no reaction out of you? How come I don't see no anything out of you? I said, because I'm already planning. There's no need for me to react to this at this moment because it's not going to change anything. You staying stuck in that emotion is only going to keep you stuck there. I don't want to be stuck in that spot. So I'm already planning, okay, well, this is what you brought to the table. This is what you're feeling. I don't want to feel what you're feeling because I'm already seeing how you are. I don't want to be in that bubble. So I'm going to go ahead and sit back and I'm going to analyze. And I'm going to logically think about it. And I'm okay, Lord, why is this presented to me? Why is me going through this? X, Y, and Z. And what do I need to do, Lord, to be here for my person while they're going through it, while they're feeling a certain way through their emotions? Somebody has to be the stable one when the other one is not stable. That's the balance. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
No, you're right. I mean, that's where I am. I learned a long time ago, man, that if everybody in the pack is riled up, nobody's thinking logically. No one's thinking clearly. Just like if you ever been in a household with a bunch of babies, if one baby starts crying, all the babies start crying. That's just natural. So if I'm upset and my wife's upset, then the kids are gonna get upset. It's not gonna take. It's a chain reaction, and it's important for us to be able to the best of our ability as men, to process what's going on and to get the intel and diagnose how do I respond initially, especially in chaotic moments, because in chaotic moments is when you have to be able to process information efficiently and quickly so that you can properly give the information out how we're going to move from here. So if you're in an emergency situation, you got to process real quickly what's going on, assess the situation, and say, okay, these are the steps we need to move forward and to get out of this situation, whether it's a physical situation or a mental situation. But that's important because, again, if we're in chaos, guess what? Everybody around us is in chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And it is different because I saw someone ask the question, is it different from man to man, being man to man versus man to woman? Absolutely. Because we as men will process information and communicate with men differently than we do with women. We should be, because again, we're wired differently. It's just that simple.
But you know what though, I like that you said that. But the problem that we have with men is this: because of depending on the man, and I gotta say it, depending on that man, we're going to react and we're going to talk differently. Good morning, Roxy. Depending on that man. But with a woman, our energy will remain the same because we know that because some men feel that they are superior to women, that they're going to react and say the thing that they want to say to her. But to a man, it's like, why do we give another man more respect than we give the woman that we're supposed to be loving, that we're supposed to be with? Why do we talk to our women so firm and with all this aggression and we act so much differently to a woman that we claim that we're supposed to be with? But then yet, when it comes to a dude, we react like I'd rather lose my relationship with my woman than lose my friendship with my boy. That type of stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't play with that. My homies come last. My best friend, my wife come first. My wife was just telling me yesterday before I even left at the house. She said, before you start getting cracked with all this stuff that the Lord is blessing you with, remember who's your best friend. And I said, I could never forget that. Because I said, I'm only here because of you. Because of you being my best friend and the motivation and the push in the direction that you've allowed me to blossom in. So why would I, you know what I'm saying? And we have to understand that as men. Now, we get all that from men, man. We be hanging out with the homies. Oh, got you a check. Oh, you P-whooped. You're right. I am exactly what you just said. And I have every right to be. You know why? Because I put in time. I put in investment. I put my heart. I put me into that woman. That woman put herself into me. We are one. So you're damn right I'm whooped. I should be whooped. that means that I should be able to say to my homies at any given moment, deuces, gotta go because I'm gonna go home where I know I'm gonna get exactly what I need. You guys, you men can't give me what I need. You guys cannot supply me with my needs. But my best friend can. You can't give me your heart like my woman can give me her heart. You can't give me that time like my woman's gonna give me that time. When I'm down and I'm on my knees and I'm crying and I can't come around y'all to do all that, who do you think is gonna be there to be like, babe, I got you? Your homies ain't gonna be there for all of that. Your homies is gonna be there when you most of the time when you up. But most of the time when you down, who are you with? You're not with your homies. You with your woman. She's the one consoling you. She's the one building you back up. Not your homies. But let your homies hit you up and say, let's go play some basketball. Okay? It's just basketball. But that doesn't bring your relationship stronger at all. It just means you get a temporary out of the situation, but you still got to come back to it.
See, I think the problem with I love what you said, and you're 100% on point. The thing with your friends, the thing with your boys is this. See, a lot of times your boys want to keep you out the house because they want what you have, and they don't have that. So you know when they say misery loves company, but that's why you always got to tell them, listen, misery loves company, brother. I'm living comfortably. What you say exactly, what you just said, you can't give me what that woman is going to give me. There's nothing that you can do that's going to keep me outside of my home when I can go back home and I know, first of all, I know who I'm making love to. I know who I'm getting my meals from. I know all these things. Where I get my comfort from, everything. If I want to argue with her, guess what? I got one woman to argue with. If I choose to, if it ever occurs. But it's not even an argument. I don't have to sit here and be hanging out with you guys, and then what? Once it's all over, what do I got? Nothing. Listen.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to piggyback off that. That's the real flex. The real flex is being able to just have one person that you focused on, bro. That's the real flex. Like, seriously. I think I'll talk about my journey. I realized that some time ago. It's like being able to just focus on that one individual. You know exactly where everything was. Listen, I know who I'm going to the Christmas party with. I know who I'm celebrating my birthday with. I know if I get invited somewhere, I know who's coming with me. I already got my plus one, whether you're single or whether you're not married or in a relationship. To have that one person, I don't have to worry about, man, let me tell you another flex. I don't have to worry about nothing if my phone rings. She can answer it. I ain't got to worry about none of that. Let me tell you something. That's huge. That's the real flex. And I think that's why it's so important that people build strong bonds with each other before they jump into these marriages and even relationships. Because if you don't have that and you haven't built a lot of trust, man, it's not sustainable. But to Micah's point, I think you're head on. You hit the nail on the head. The one thing that we are trying to change a little bit right now is the narrative that you can only talk to your boys when you're kicking it. You know what I'm saying? What we want to create is a place where, yeah, the wife or the girlfriend may come first because that is your first line. But listen, what happens if they're not there, or what happens if you are dealing with something that's going on between you and them, and you can't talk to her about it? Where do you get that release from? You gotta surround yourself with some brothers that you can trust enough to be vulnerable with, and that's not going to look at you any different. So it's a very difficult thing for us men to do because we're just not used to sharing stuff like that with each other. But it's so important because listen, if you have some brothers that can help you and sometimes be able to counsel you in ways that maybe your lady can't because it's some man stuff that we're dealing with, there's nothing like that in the world. So I respect and honor both is what I say. Respect and honor both, and just keep it moving, man. Be happy.
So is it fair to say, and I love what you just said, Ford, is it fair to say that there are some things that we just can't share with our women that she won't understand? Respectfully.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't even think honestly, I don't think, and this isn't us hiding anything from women. I don't think we need to share with. It's not their responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
It's not meant to be shared.
Some stuff we need to handle on our own, or we need a man's guidance on. And it's exactly weird to have a woman expect a woman to give us guidance on some stuff that some men should be able to talk to with themselves and them boys. And that's why our ladies, if you have a lady or a wife, if they don't like some of your friends, bruh, there's a reason. There's a reason. So they got to be comfortable with your friend group as well. You know, so I'm telling you, it's really simple. We just make it really hard.
Well, yeah, like I said, we are supposed to be black and white, but we as a people have decided to add seasoning salt to it when there was no season that needed to be added. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, man, like, for instance, right? Before you even call it a relationship, what are you doing? You are putting on a show, right? You are putting on this idea of who you are. You are selling yourself to that person. It's literally like you're putting yourself up for slavery. Because what you're doing is you're putting all of your attributes out there. You're putting everything that's good of you on the forefront. So then that other person is looking at that going, I could see myself long term with this person because this person is coming with this. I've never experienced this before. So you know what? I want to continue this. But then as the relationship, right? It's not even a relationship yet because both parties have to agree that we're going to continue this. So in that process, before that relationship becomes a relationship, all you guys are doing is going through little battles. You're saying, okay, do I want to show him the real me yet? Or do I not? Do I want to show him the real? Do I not? You go back and forth until a certain period of time. Then all of a sudden, what they say? They just let loose. All of a sudden, the chicks barking everywhere. All of a sudden, the man is doing this and all of. But wait, you wasn't doing that in the beginning. Wait, where did all this come from? When you decided to accept that relationship, you accepted the farting. You accepted everything that comes now with that partner.
Wait. Hold on. Some of that stuff comes later because even if I accept that relationship, I'm not accepting all that bull crap baggage that you bringing either. Now, at the end of the day, some of that baggage you're gonna have to leave at the door because you can't walk in it. See what the problem? And I love what you're saying, but sometimes we as men we gotta start thinking differently too. Just because I'm in a relationship with you, I ain't gotta accept everything that you bring it. Now, you got to understand, it's a two-way street. Some of that crap you're going to have to get rid of before you walk up in this. Because you ain't come in with all that nonsense. Non-cipher. Because if I come in with all my stuff, you ain't going to like it. So at the end of the day, both of us going to have to leave some of that baggage, leave some of that garbage, and walk into this joint fresh. A matter of fact, we should just leave everything that we had and walk into this thing fresh. You are a new person. I am a new person. Look at me as you see me. Don't look at me as you see somebody else from your past. Because from now on, I'm letting your fellas know. You walk into a relationship with a woman and she starts justifying you as somebody else. You remind me, guess what? I'm also going to remind yourself that I'm walking out this door. I don't want to be reminded of anybody. I want you to know me. The same way I'm looking at you as a new woman, I don't see anything else but you. And when people can learn how to do that instead of, you starting to do things, you giving me traits. If I'm giving you traits of someone, and if somebody's giving you traits, then you need to walk away, which means that you're not ready to be in that relationship with that person. There's no need to be with somebody if you see certain things that's, it's kind of reminding you of something, then walk away. You have that opportunity. You do not have to stay to try to make it work because it's only going to get worse.
So what you're saying is, if she was a farter in the last relationship, she can't bring the fart.
No, she need to hold that gas or go get some gas sex or something, or go fart in another room. For real. Like, I mean, seriously, bro. It's crazy work.
Listen.
I know. I just had to throw some jokes in this too,
Gas sex. So, some behaviors are just happen when people get comfortable, right? That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Listen, when she comes in front of you, she probably go fart in front of you. I don't know why we talk about women farting in front of us, right? Oh my goodness. But I think it's very important that we leave the past in the past. And I said, we can't do that. Then we set ourselves up for failure moving forward. And we never get an opportunity to give the person an opportunity to authentically show up as themselves. Because when we start telling them what they're not doing based on what's happened to us in the past, or what they don't like based on what's happened in the past, then people start conforming to what you want, and then they're not necessarily being authentically themselves. And what ends up happening with that, you get tired of playing that avatar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not who you are.
That's
And
true.
hey, let me tell you something. Some person might do something that they're moving with the best intention, and it's actually for the greater good of y'all too. But it looks like something before where you got dogged out, and you will put that on that person. And you know why you do that? Because you're not even looking at that individual. You're looking at the past. So the problem is if we're not able to drop that, man, drop those bags. Let me tell you something. I can't travel and buy a new set of bags every time every time I hop on a plane. It's impossible for me to. Okay, I went to Houston last year. I think it was last year once, but the year before it was, I think 4 or 5 times. I can't keep adding baggage to that. You know, at some point in time, I got to unpack, and I gotta show up with what I need for that trip. And I suggest everybody show up for what you need for this trip with this individual, not based on I don't got a bunch of shorts in the bag and it's winter time in Houston. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? We need to understand the bags we pack within the relationships that we're building should be a collaborative, and it should be based on that individual and their relationship with them. A lot of times people don't do that. They come up packed and ready to go, and not even prepared for where y'all supposed to go. You wonder why you don't make it to the destination.
Listen, bro.
I
want to say this real quick. You know, the problem it's okay. See, I call it adjusting. I don't call it changing. I call it adjusting to the person that you're with. We have to make adjustments in our lives in order to make a relationship work. Because sometimes, just sometimes, you both walking into a relationship and not knowing, and you have to create some kind of chemistry, some kind of balance. It has to be an equal balance between both of you. So that's where the hardest conversations come in between you and that person. Like, look, I like to do this, you like to do that, but maybe we can do something together that we both like. Like it's really not hard, but people just make it so hard because everybody wants things their way. People want too many things. What's up, brother Cherry? People want too many things their way. Lenity, I see you, my brother. People want too many things their way in their relationships, and they don't have no balance. They don't have no balance. You get on that scale, and one thing is outweighing the other, and then it's always a vice versa. Like you can have so much peace and so much harmony. That's why I say even when it comes to the topic of what we're talking about, a lot of times we don't even think better. We only think better for ourselves. What's good for me? What do I need for me? If I move this way, if I move with this shorty, it's gonna be good for me. If I move with her this way, if I move like that, you see what I'm saying? Like we have become. I'm talking about men. A lot of us always say that we're logic thinkers, and we're not even thinking logically. We're not even thinking clearly. We're thinking to react. Our thoughts is based on how we react. It's not about because we're not sitting still. We are not sitting still in order to react properly. Everything is a constant motion for us. When we could actually sit still, and I mean sit still, actually you can even sometimes slow your brain down. Slow down your thought process. We always think that we have the answer. We always say women know everything. No, men, honestly speaking, and I'm not trying to say this, but we always feel like we have the answer to everything, to every solution. We are not. We are not. We want to call ourselves fixers, but we're doing more damage than we're doing fixing. Because if you think about it, every time we try to fix something, who comes behind it to fix it? A woman. And I'm not just saying that, but for the most part, yeah. Think about it like this in your relationships, in your marriage. How many times have you damaged something and that woman comes and she had to go behind you and fix it? Oh, baby, you did this. I can't believe he did this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think a lot of people the knee-jerk reaction is to move towards comfort, not growth, which is why you find people just not trying to improve themselves in any way and wanting people to. You'd be surprised how comfortable people get in dysfunction and toxicity. That's very common. People get very comfortable in that, right? They don't want to go to the growth because it requires them to change a version of themselves that was inviting that toxicity, right? It invites the complications. It invites the conflict, right? And nobody wants conflict. Everybody wants this happy relationship, but nobody want to put the work in to do it. That's the problem there. So at the end of the day, as men, we have to be very mindful and sound of mind when we're walking through this thing called life, because our knee-jerk reactions, our reactions can be very devastating to whatever it is that we're trying to build with in anything, career, money, relationships, marriage. Be very damaging. We need to make sure that we have our emotions in check, and making sure that when it comes down to it, when our reaction is not necessarily, sometimes the reaction needs to just be sitting down somewhere. The reaction may need to be quiet. Now, I will tell you this. I was in a situation where I'm very calm. Like, listen, my nickname is the silent unalive, right? I'm very calm because I don't like when I'm feeling energy. If I'm in a relationship and I'm feeling energy that's like nervous energy or kind of like chaotic type of energy, like someone's really worrying, I'm not going to double down on that for you. So people think, oh, he's nonchalant and he doesn't care. Gray let me tell you something. This Gray came for some work. I'm telling you, I worry, and I'm very, very the type of individual can even overthink and obsess on things. Absolutely. However, I just don't allow myself to bring that energy to the person I'm with, because I don't feel like two people in that state is going to work. I feel like I need to calm myself and make sure that I'm in a good space and allow my person to be able to process whatever it is that they're doing. But it comes off like I don't care and I'm nonchalant. That's not it at all. I just know how to regulate my emotions in very stressful times, so that I can think clearly for myself, right? And trying to get away from the knee-jerk reaction, because the knee-jerk reaction is always, I can't remember a time where I had a knee-jerk reaction in a time of chaos that worked out well for anyone around me, and eventually myself. I land there.
You know what though? I'm the opposite, bro. I can't lie. I'm a reactor first. I'll think later. Yeah.
We know this, mathematics. We know this.
He said Mad Max. Nah, I'm just like, to be honest, bro. Like, if I feel like first of all, let me say this. I only react if I feel attacked, and if I feel the attack, I'm going to nip it in the bud before, because it's like saying like this: if I see a shark, I'm not gonna let the shark bite me. I'm gonna bite the shark first. Bottom line, I'm gonna give it a reason to bite now, because I already feel it's coming, and because I don't know, maybe I'm always on the swivel, 24/7. It's a reaction for me. I have to, because the way I'm from, I always reacted first. I'm a reactor, and then once I do what I do, then I got to sit back and be like, "Dad, did I really do that?" But growing up, and because of the people, the men that I'm surrounded by right now, I want to thank y'all. Real talk, because I've been talked off the edge. I was on the ledge, and when I go dark, it's like, to me, it's no holds barred. I'm going for the juggler. I don't care who you are, what you said. I'm coming for you. But because of the brothers that I surrounded, that God has placed in my life, and me placed in their lives, it's a big difference. And I love y'all for that, because it took about 4 or 5 y'all to like, nah, Velvet, and I had to sit back, and that's when I stopped and I sat and watched the world move, and heard what y'all.
It took all 5 of us.
It took all 5 of y'all. It took all 5 of y'all for me to sit down and actually see the world moving and not react.
Let me give you some flowers real quick, bro. I'm gonna tell you one thing. From the time that I met you, and it's almost been a year. It's almost been a year. You've done an amazing job of doing that. You've done an amazing job of going from, because, at some point in time, it was like the movie Poltergeist. We were talking to Carol Ann, end of the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's bring this brother to the light, not the darkness. We need to get him. But I will say that cooler minds always prevail. And every time you calm down a little bit, you're actually able to see, I got it. I got it. Some people double down on it and don't ever allow themselves to see where their opportunity is. And so that's just me giving you flowers, brother, because I see what you're doing. It's just the growth.
You know what it was, though?
I'm proud of you on that.
I appreciate that, real talk. And if for me, I think it's because the way how I used to run my panels, to be honest. I always wanted, it was always a back and forth. I needed that back and forth energy. Like, that's what kept me. Nah, let me give her this work. Let me give her this work. I'm about to get this work. But you rarely hear me even say people getting work no more.
I was about to say that. I can't remember the last time I heard you say, "Let me give him this work."
Yeah, because that was my slogan. You're gonna get this work. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's like I don't want to give nobody work. I want to put in the work. It's a difference. So I had to change my stance. And see, that's me thinking logically now. I'm not giving nobody no more work. We gonna put the work in. That's why I said this job ain't done yet. What we doing, our work ain't done here yet. We still got so much more to do. There's so much more about us as men that women truly don't understand. And what we're trying to do is basically sit here and tell you how we truly are. Like, look, I'm being as transparent as possible. I was a piece of work. I wanted the drama. I wanted all of that negative energy. But why? Why? Why did I need that? Because to be honest, when I was done, at the end of the day, I would be so drained. I used to be drained, bro. Like, yo.
I know. Hey, real quick I'll just reset real quick. Hey, listen, y'all, welcome in. This is the Horseman. Please do some power taps for us real quick. We got 244 people up in here. We appreciate every one of y'all being up in here. We appreciate the comments. They're moving. So if I missed anybody that came in and said hello, good morning, happy hump day. It is Wednesday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, happy hump day. Let's get out there and get it today. What you got, brother?
I'm over here listening. But no, I'm talking. No, since we're gonna take this moment, since we're talking about how we think before we make a better move. Yeah, we're doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going, since I did it privately, I can do it publicly too. See, that's one thing is that if you're doing what you're supposed to do privately, then publicly people will let you know God will let you be rewarded publicly. So here's the deal. It is true. I've been here for just a short period of time. And even the short period of time, Velvet 2.0, it has changed. It's not about, see, the thing is that it's no longer about, let me see who I can give all the rah-rah to. Because there's a message in what you want to say. There's a message in all of what we want to say. But here's the thing. As I hear old people say, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And the cool thing about it is this. What we're doing and what the ultimate plan is that men want to be heard. We want to be heard, not just seen. Most of the time we're just seen. We're a figure. We come with strength. We're supposed to protect. We're supposed to do all those things that are valid. And that's lovely. But we also want to be heard. When I say heard, I'm not talking about you just hear us talking. Like you feel, you can understand where we come from when our voices are. We put words together and we have a voice. Like when we say, I want to have a voice, well, brothers want to have a voice too. Because too many times we sat back in the corner because it was like, well, if I say something, they nobody listening, no way. And here's the thing. We as brothers have to make sure we are calculated with our words too. We don't want to waste our words. That's what's important too. We got to stop wasting words and put some real meaning and some meat on the bone of what we're saying. Because when we do that, people will listen of all genders. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, bruh, kudos. See, because again, it ain't about who we can fuss out or say the slickest thing to, because there's plenty of that going on. Ain't a whole lot of people making conscious thoughts, calculated thinking thoughts that's going to impact somebody's life. That takes work, and that's what we're doing. We are working. We ain't putting in the work. We are working on helping somebody have a better perspective on life, and a better outlook on life. Because right now, those outlooks ain't too cute. Landed it.
You know what? I want to say something real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, Micah. Yeah, Micah. You want to?
I think that was me.
Okay,
That was me.
just real quick for it. I got to get somebody a shout out again. Um, because she talked about us, and she said that what we're doing is amazing, and that she needs it. She's like, yo, I need what your men are doing. I need that. Like, so shout out to Roxy Blue. Um, I met her last weekend in New York. I was in the Bronx. We linked up. Um, Amazing woman, very good conversation. We had a good conversation for the little time that we was interacting with each other. But I told her something about what she does on her platform, and I'm not going to put it out there because it's not my business to put out there. But I told her what she needs to start doing on her platform because I was like, "Yo, that works for you. That's your thing." And to be honest, she's doing it, and she know where she's at right now with it. A lot of times, women don't understand. Some women don't understand that some of the things that we're doing as men, it is needed for y'all. So y'all can truly understand where some of our heads are. And I'm not saying we're speaking for every man, but we only speaking for the men of valor, for the men that we are, and from our past. But a lot of us have also had the exact same paths. We dealt with some of the same things in our lives. Each and every one of these men on this platform. It may have been a different women, it may have been a different area, but I'm telling you, a lot of us has dealt with some of That is exactly what we need. We ain't trying to do all that extra. You want to go on a trip? Let's go on a trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to do adult things. Adult things. But you got to remember, there are also some men that are still trying to do young boy things, trying to move like a young man, want to be a young man. And same thing for some of you women. So if that's the case, then that's the person you need to be with. You want to act like a young woman, you want to act like a young man, and get together, start doing young dumb stuff at a grown age.
I will say, do not mistake, and it's unfortunate that this is out here because I'm going to say grown men or older men, nicely, I don't like saying older, nicely seasoned men that that have had some growth in themselves and tried to learn from the lessons. We're not out here trying to catch more bodies. There's some brothers out here at our nicely seasoned age that are still doing that. And don't let age, and y'all women know, don't let age fool y'all that it actually is equal wisdom and man that's ready to settle down. It's unfortunate that we do have people out here that are still just kind of going around trying to catch bodies at their 40s and 50s, but it is what it is. But you're more likely to find somebody that's actually really been focusing on their growth and ready to settle down. And I think at the end of the day, it's important for us as men to make sure that we're healthy when we get to that space, because don't nobody want somebody ready to settle down and then they can't do shit. Excuse my language. We can't do nothing. We can't go take a walk. We can't take a hike. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. We need to make sure that we are not only just for longevity, not for even longevity, but just for quality of life, right? We need to make sure it's so important now that we move now than it was when we were 25, 30 years old. We should be moving. We should be in the best shape of our lives right now. So because now we're in a space where we can actually really enjoy what we're doing and create memories and do that. But it's nothing worse than a woman running into a man that hasn't decided he doesn't want to take care of himself. His health is trash. You know what I'm saying? And now he want to settle down with her. That's not fair.
That part.
We got to continue to work on ourselves so we can show up. Now that we're ready to settle down, now we want to and make it happen. We need to be able to show up just like we was in our mid 30s and 40s.
Just like real quick, and I know somebody want to grab the mic, but I'm gonna say this. Pause. If you're a man and you know that she's a vegan and you're a carnivore, leave that woman alone. I ran. Come on. You know you eat different from her. Leave that woman alone. Because all you're gonna do is corrupt her. You know you go on her refrigerator, you see all this light stuff, and all of a sudden you trying to add stuff. Nah, don't add that.
Get them lion man's mushrooms popping for that chicken fried steak.
I'm trying to tell you. It's a destruction.
Come on, Hug.
Why are you bringing up mushrooms, bro? I don't want to do that.
First of all, mushrooms.
Man, them lions man mushrooms, bro.
Nah, we're not doing that, bro.
Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah, don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm not knocking. I just said we're not doing it.
See, I've been sitting back chilling. I've been letting all my brothers speak. So, the purpose of being a man is to be able to create, right? So, our purpose is to bring life into the world. That's our purpose. That's what God created us. He gave us that purpose, life. So, it is our purpose as a man to produce life in everything around us. You're the producers of life. So, if you are going to involve yourself with a woman, and that woman is saying that I am choosing you to love as a man, that means she is choosing to love your leadership. She is choosing to accept the norms and the things that you feel as a man that you want to bring to the table. But see, today's generation a man will come and bring their stuff to the table, say, this is what I believe in, this is how I operate, these are the things that, I am as a man. But we live in a generation where women today are not looking at it like that. They're looking at it, oh, that sounds good. But I want you to now adapt to what I feel is necessary for the home. I want you to understand where I'm coming from because this is me too. So we live in a generation now where a man is not able to be a man. A man is not able to be that leader. That man is not able to put that foundation down because the woman of today's generation, they rather fight the foundation than to accept it and learn, and then to adapt and come to an understanding.
Say that one more time. That somebody missed that whole thing you just said. They missed that whole part. Go back to that, please.
So the man is the producer of life. That's fact. So if the man is coming into that woman's life to produce life in a right way, right? Because he's supposed to bring everything, he's supposed to be at his peace. He's supposed to be at his understanding. He's supposed to be at his foundation. So when that man brings all those things to the table, it might not come with 400K. It might only come with 20K for the year. It might only come with 50K for the year. But what that man is bringing is life that has nothing to do with finance. See, there's things about a man that money can never buy. See, money can't buy you peace. And I'm not talking about a Lamborghini. That doesn't bring you peace. That's a materialistic item that can be destroyed in the same day. But a peace that cannot be taken away from you is something that your spouse gives to you. A love that your spouse gives to you. It has no value. It has no money value in it. So if you, as a woman, are not looking at the value of your man, if you are not looking at the leadership of your man, if you are not looking at the foundation of the man, then what are you creating in your home? You are creating discord for absolutely no reason because your identity is to submit to the leadership, to the understanding, to the truth that which that man brings to the table. And then once the man brings it to the table, then what happens? The woman sits there, eats of it, and then she's going to make that spread. She's going to make everything that that man has brought to the table blossom. That's where the peace comes in. That's where everything comes into play. But we out here, like I said, we want to add seasoning where there's no seasoning that needs to be added. We just are supposed to be in our lane and stay in our lane. And once we understand our lane, we wouldn't be having all these conversations right now. But it seems, like I said, we live in a generation where people do not like living with the facts. They want to turn the actual facts into their own beliefs. And that's where they go wrong.
Well, you know what though? And I'm gonna say this. People have right now, we're at a time where it's about somebody else's needs and their desires. It's not about us. And I've seen it in the comments where a woman, somebody asks, well, what about her needs and desires? Is she supposed to put that before yours? No. Nobody ever said that. We're supposed to put your needs and desires before mine. Because you're everything that I need and all that I desire. So therefore, I didn't even put yours behind me. I put yours first. Because if I desire you and I need you, I'm going to do everything to make sure that you're right, that I'm giving you that. I'm desiring you. A man, listen, we desire women. We need y'all way more than you think so. Way more than the woman thinks of the man. We need y'all. Hands down. And it's and as much as a lot of brothers, some brothers, you rarely hear men talking about, I don't need no woman. I don't need no woman. No, and if he does say he doesn't need a woman, he just doesn't need a headache. He doesn't need a nagger. He doesn't need somebody who's going to constantly complain. That's when we say what we don't need. We talk about the needs that we don't want. But when it comes to a woman, yes. A man, yeah, we need you because it's the balance. I was never balanced without a woman. I thought I was, but I really wasn't. Sometimes your women think that you're balanced without a man, but you're not. Men and women are made to balance each other. That's why they're made for each other. A man can't balance another man, and a woman cannot balance another woman. It cannot. It ain't gonna happen. It is not gonna happen.
Well, they trying.
And that's why it's not working. At the end of the day, it's all about how are we going to react to our counterpart? the reaction. How do we react to the people that we claim that we want to be with, that we love, that we're with? That's what it boils down to. My reaction. I'm going. Even within myself, I have to start thinking more clearly before I start making moves. And when I do make these moves, and when I do start thinking clearly, I have the opportunity to let the woman know, think about it, to let her know, like, look, you know what? I had the opportunity to do this, had the opportunity to do that. Because sometimes we as men, we even, I gotta say this, even in our marriages and our relationships, women do have to do a lot more than we think that they do. As a man, we can sit there and say we do all this other stuff, but let's just be real. A lot of it stems from her.
I'm looking at this individual that keeps, putting these very inaccurate comments in here, and it's funny to me because it's like you are that individual that is still finding your own. You're still trying to figure out who you are.
Well, what are they saying? Wait. What are they saying?
Just read the comments. This, you know what I'm saying? This dude is just constantly, wants to rag on women, right? Black women. And I'm like, man, look, let me explain something to you, bro. One thing you're not going to do is downplay the creation that God made. He made all women. So when you sit there and say black women, you're also calling your own nationality, your own women the same. So watch what you say, bro.
You know what, Micah? We can't do that. Listen, I'm gonna be real. This is growth for me, because I was you, right? And what you just did, I would have been doing the same thing. But you know what? I gotta say this. He's here for a reason. He's here for a reason. See, I'm learning when you got brothers, when you got men and women that come in a platform such as ours, and the things that we're saying, and they want to spew negativity, is because they're coming from a hurt place, and they truly want to learn, but they also have to be themselves, and they're showing who they truly are, but they want to learn, and they want to understand. So it's okay. Let them be as naive as they want. Let them say all the crap that they want to say about black women. Because in reality, that's not how they truly feel. They just trying to do something to stir up the pot.
I'm gonna go a step further. I don't even care how they feel.
Exactly.
They're not even worth addressing. Someone in here said that this is a boring conversation. Welcome. Enjoy the boring conversation.
Exactly. If it's so boring, but why? But that's the thing.
We let them crash out in the chat, man, and we keep it moving.
You gotta let them crash out.
If you want to let them be,
it doesn't stop nothing that we're doing right now. It doesn't stop nothing we're doing. It doesn't stop the messaging. What it does is we don't want it to disrupt the conversation. So, like I said, the mods got them. The mods got them. At the end of the day, we gonna keep it moving, because I do have one point. Tony Robbins said this. He was talking about different types of relationships, and he says he's like the last relationship, that's the one that truly works, is when a man says, "I'll do anything to make you happy and comfortable," and the woman says, "I'll do anything to make you happy and comfortable." The goal is it's not what we're getting out of it, it's what we're putting into it. And if you find somebody that you can do that with, and that's hard to find because it takes trust, right? You kind of got to go on the limb where that trust in that person is going to be reciprocal in that energy, right? But if you do find that, man, that's magical. I don't know how logical it is to find it. I feel like I definitely feel like that's can be attainable, but I think you have to really build some strong trust with each other to be able to get to that point, because almost everything else is transaction. And transaction isn't always fun because it means I got to do something to get something out of you. And people want people to do stuff because that's just who they are.
They say for every action there's a reaction, right? But sometimes we got to learn how to not react. This is what we're talking about right now. See, my train of thought, I sat and I watched it move. I watched it move before I reacted. Michael reacted. And I love you, bro, but see that reaction quick. It's that's what I'm saying. It's so much levels to what we.
It's the street of me. I still have.
Don't get me wrong. It's in me too, bro. But you know what? Sometimes I have to learn how to separate street from being who I truly am, from being me. And a lot of times I start to look at myself like, am I really street, or am I just saying that as a facade to make myself feel a certain type of way? Because I'm not even street no more, because I'm not in the streets no more. You see what I'm saying? I'm not living that life no more. So why should I still react the same way that I was living once, that I'm not living right now? I'm living peacefully. I'm at peace. For me, where I'm at, my domain, my castle, my kingdom, this is peace for me. I don't have to worry about walking outside, hearing pew pew shots, looking at addicts and all that other. I don't got to worry about none of that no more. I can leave my car unlocked. I can leave my door. I can leave my keys in the door and come upstairs and sleep all night and wake up and they still be there. Like it's levels. When you a man, when you start removing when you remove your body, you have to remove your mind. A lot of men don't know how to do that. A lot of us brothers still we move our bodies, but we still trapped in the same place where we once were. It's the same thing that happens in our relationships with some of the people, with some of the women that we deal with. We find a new woman, but we still have the same thought about this new woman from the old one. That's why I say a lot of damage that men do in to women is because of women. A lot of sometimes, and I'm not saying every woman, but some of these women that are damaged and that are hurt comes from us men. We got to call a spade a spade.
I just want to say real quick, congratulations, brother, because the movement we're seeing in this chat right now is a direct reflection of the impact that we have. So you pat yourself on the back, pop a collar, whatever it is that you need to do. I already finished my coffee. I may get a second cup now. Y'all got me ready to go for a whole nother 2 hours.
Listen, I got mine right now, baby. And see, what's it called?
We can get the crash out the chat.
You already know what
Grateful and this cup, grateful and blessed. That's how I feel right now. Grateful and blessed.
Absolutely.
Brother Rob, what's up?
We doing exactly what Jay-Z said it best. Hey, listen, and Micah, don't worry. You just don't have enough silver in the beard yet to understand. You gonna get no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Look, Jay-Z said, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Check the numbers. Welcome in. And we'll nudge you and bring some lunch money.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do this real quick. We got to shout them out. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have two amazing women that are working. They're working their jobs, and they're also working on this live right now. Respect, shout outs to Rain Love, shout out to Sister Nudgy. The women in the background that keep us grounded, that keep us moving, that keeps the comments. They be talking to y'all in the comments, they be doing their job. Super shout out to you women. Hands down, amazing job that you ladies are doing. And we appreciate y'all.
Yes, definitely. We appreciate it.
And because you know why? Because y'all moved the room.
Yeah.
Without even knowing that y'all ladies moved the room. Thank y'all.
And just like you just said, Velvet, right? Women are always working behind the scenes, right? So what are they doing? They're working behind the scenes. We might be up here speaking, but they still working. They still supporting. They be in that safe place for us to do what we do. If it wasn't for their support, it'd be us trying to mod and still, okay, bro, you got yeah. Nah. But because you have that balance with your, significant other, there's an understanding. You see what I'm saying? Things just flow.
Also, I'm gonna set especially today, I'm gonna set a rule. If you're coming up in the box, you got to be on camera.
Yep.
You're coming up in the box, you got to be on camera. If you can't be on camera, we respect you being here, but you gotta drop down.
Yeah, and if your service is nervous, you got to try again. His service was nervous.
Yeah, always gotta remind the people who come up here if they need to be on camera.
We know.
I like to see people's faces when we talking, man. I think it makes for a better conversation.
Yeah. DJ Cool, what up, brother? Welcome in.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Listen,
let's get back on
it again with the Horsemen Wednesday, happy hump day. We're having a good time this morning, having some good conversation, inspiring a lot of good energy that we getting in the chat. We doing God's work. We doing what we're supposed to do.
I'm loving the energy. Real talk.
Let's keep tapping. We got 361 in here, having a ball today. Let's keep tapping. Let's finish this conversation. We got what 40 more minutes, and then we're gonna probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
But let's keep it moving.
So somebody asked a question. I guess Fubu. He said, "Question is why can't men be openly emotional?" Who said we can't?
We are right now.
We are right now. We listen.
We being open emotional right now.
Open emotional does not necessarily mean that we have to sit there and cry.
You mean just crying?
Yeah, probably so. But when men,
So we talk just talk, right? If we talk, well, emotional, right? If we just talk about stuff that's emotional, that was the thing.
Well, I cried with my cable off on Saturday, so
Did you hit the TV?
No, I just cried.
Okay, so you're good. Then you're good. You can take the cry and just wait for next season, just like my team did. No, it's all good.
Thank you, young man.
Just come on the couch with us, bro. You're so
well, let me put this in perspective. Let me try to say this. Men, we are already we always in our emotions without even realizing that we're in our emotions. And I say that to say this: when we get upset, it's an emotion that we have. When we're happy, it's an emotion. When we're think about it like this: when you're driving and you're in traffic and you're trying to get somewhere, you get emotional because you pissed off the fact that these people ain't moving. When you start talking to somebody through the window and they can't hear you, that's you being emotional. So we are always in our feelings. And believe it or not, men and women, we are always truly in our feelings. It is crazy work. I didn't even think about it that way right now. We always in our feelings, regardless the fact of the situation. Men or women stay in their feelings. Thank you. Under any circumstances, you are always going to be in your feelings. You go to a store, they don't have what you want, you're in your feelings. You get that phone call. You get that phone call from them bills collectors or debt collector. You in your feelings. The person that you don't want to talk to calls you. You in your feelings. You get into every time you do something. You are in an emotional state.
Let me just say
When the
this.
homie called me and told me that his goldfish died, I got emotional, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was little goldfish right there.
Little Nemo, if you're a kid and you get emotional about anything when it comes to animals, that's true. Absolutely. But let me just say this. I think it's a situation where, like you said, that we do get under our emotions. But the point is, the question is, we have the capability to control those emotions.
That part. I want people to understand this. A lot of us has been grown up with tough love and tough this, and a man not supposed to do that. But those traits are something that you don't need to carry on for the rest of your life. I say that to say this: when you become a man, you are your own person. Just something that was installed in me as a man. A man ain't supposed to cry, but I'm a child, so I'm going to cry. A man ain't supposed to do this, but I'm a child. I'm going to do these things. See, the problem that parenting, where parents have messed up, is where they try to tell you what a man is, but you're not a man as a child. You're still a child, so you're going to do childish things. Regardless, you get cut, you fall, you're gonna cry. We are as and sound like he's sound like who you breaking out of jail. But the thing with us is, even as men, what has been taught to us does not mean okay, you taught me something. But at the end of the day, I'm still human. So I have emotions. There's no way in the world I can walk around and be a stone cold person. Because if I was raised taught to fix everything and everything that I'm trying to put into work doesn't work, so that means I can't get emotional. I have to keep trying to fix it, keep trying to fix it. But what if you keep trying to fix something that you can't fix? Like a broken relationship. You broke a relationship, you can't fix that. You broke up with somebody, you're trying to fix something, it'll take you years to try to fix a relationship that's unfixable. Some of these things are unfixable. Everything we do in life, we can't fix everything as a man. Sometimes our hands get tired and we gotta pass it on. Look, baby, you're gonna have to do this. Because I can't do it. And it's okay. to tell the woman that you with, I can't do this. Can you do this?
I got a question. Don't you, and I want all of y'all to respond to it, even people down in the chat. Do you feel that there is a sense of sending mixed signals when it comes to men, especially black men, when it comes to expressing our emotions? There's a mixed signal saying yes, we want you to share emotion, and then next thing you know, they're like, no, you're being soft and stuff. Do you feel those are mixed emotions are being sent to us? Go ahead, knock it out.
Well, I'm sorry. Question. I just want to make sure I understood. When you're saying the mixed signals is like women say yes, we want your emotions, but then when we share them, they're saying, oh, you're soft. Is that what you're asking?
Society as a whole.
Okay. I think it is. I think people want to understand. People say they want to understand how men are thinking, and when men decide that they want to share that, then we get labeled as sassy and whatnot. And listen, you can say whatever it is that you want. That one woman's sassy is the next woman's king.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell you something. If you have, let me tell you something. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you have somebody that is intelligent enough and to express how they are feeling in a respectful manner, and you're considering that to be soft or sassy, that's on you. That's go play in the sand somewhere. Like that's kid stuff. Only children don't know how to process that type, understand that. You get what I'm saying? Like only children do not know how to process and understand when somebody is having a legitimate conversation, telling people how they feel, and not open to that. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people take what we say and then try to weaponize it against us. Like I tell you, you hurt my feelings. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to leave it in, and compartmentalize, and then it starts affecting my health? The next thing you know what I'm saying, I'm in the hospital. No, I'm not doing that, and men shouldn't do that. The reality of it is we've been taught so long since we was kids not to cry and not to do all that stuff, and that's not a healthy way of dealing with emotion. We see this time and time again. So the fact that people still want us to show up that way is ridiculous when it's already been proven that is unhealthy for us, especially in the long term. So if there is a mixed signal, to your point, Rob, there is some mixed signals, not to everybody. I'm not going to say that because I've had it happen to me multiple times. But you know what? I'm going to own it because it was those trifling ass fools that I decided that I wanted to deal with, and I knew better, and I still did it. Right, and then it came back to bite me. I knew better because I'm an intelligent individual. Sometimes we want to give people chances, but people have to earn those chances. And if they haven't earned it, and your gut's telling you something, then do what you need to do to protect yourself. But the reality of it is, I've also been surrounded by women and men that I've been able to be vulnerable with and share those emotions with, and they respected it, and I've never heard anything of it. So I do. To your point, I do think there is some mixed emotion or mixed signals there, but I think for us, we have to have discernment to understand when and where is the right time to share those emotions.
First of all, look who's in the building. Brother Lee Nitty in his house.
Eddie, what's up with you?
What's good?
Well, he couldn't resist. He came in here
like Billy D. Williams. I thought he was drinking Coke 45.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you, brother.
Don't be about to hit us with one of his lines. Come on now.
Can I get a bar? I need a bar. I need 16. I need a cool 16. Listen.
Hit me with a what's up.
What up, Lee Nitty?
What's up, bro? He just out here talking to a bunch of cats about some dogs.
You know what I mean? I had to ask you what's up and watch this.
What's up?
Sometimes y'all, sometimes me. All the time us. That's how you do it.
Don't speak like that again.
Yo, man, I just wanted to say, man, thank y'all for your prayers and stuff. Everything is going in the right directions. I should be out of this situation real soon, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm coming back to myself. Ladies, I'm gonna say this to y'all. We give y'all what y'all ask for. We just don't give it to you the way that you're looking for it.
Mm. You might want to say that again. Say that again, please.
Always give you what you're looking for. We just don't give it to you the way that you're looking for it. We need for y'all to be just a little bit more open-minded in the way that you receive. If you're a little bit more open-minded in the way that you receive, you'll see that you're getting everything that you're supposed to be getting. I just wanted to get put in the game for that. I got to drop out now. I'm about to give me some fresh. I'll be good. I love my brothers.
Yo.
You can't keep a horseman down.
Oh, nah. Listen, we got you, baby.
So it is, then. So it is, brother.
Damn.
And you're not back to yourself, brother. You've been yourself, okay? Remember.
In yourself, exactly. You already know what time it is, man. You healed. You already know what it is, man.
Yo.
I just wanted to say that. That's all I had to say. My brothers.
I don't like you no more, bro. I don't like you
Take
no
a
more.
number and get one.
I don't have to like you. Hey, I love you, boy.
That part.
You love him, but you don't like him.
Mm-mm.
Yo.
You gotta like me to love you.
Yo.
Gotta like me to love you. Always give y'all what y'all looking for, ladies. Don't forget that.
Yo.
Your mind.
Mm-hmm.
We got y'all. We said we got y'all. We got y'all. That's a Snapple fact.
It, like you said, it just don't come in the form that they looking for.
It never comes the way that they're looking for, and that's because of the way that we think. So women, like I told y'all before, women are A, B, elemental, and Q, C. Men are A, B, C, D. But we're straight to the fact, and they're creative. So they want a creative way. They want you to present it in a creative way. That's just not who we are. We need to understand that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get more rest from now on.
Yeah. We gonna need you to hurry up and come back.
I'm on my way.
But take your time at the same time. Hurry up and take your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Slow down fast.
That's right.
Yeah, like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like tomorrow. So,
Did this man just say a Snapple fact?
Yes, it's a Snapple fact. Snapple apple fact. How about that? You know, Snapple apple. Open up the top of the Snapples. Underneath the top, there's a Snapple fact. And that's what that.
See, you know what the funny is though? We always get that one that always, ladies, let me explain something to you women, please, respectfully. And I'm saying this in my velvet voice. Stop always putting yourself in this, because you know if a hit dog gonna holler, a hit dog gonna bark. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. When we say women, we're not speaking about all y'all. Y'all know that. Like seriously, lady, we're not talking about all of y'all. Y'all know that. But if it's something that's affecting you that bad and you respond, then maybe it's you. Then sometimes you need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing as a woman? Am I doing the right thing? Am I helping this man? Am I making sure that my man is right? Or am I making sure that he's right, that he's just making sure that I'm right?
Because here's the reality of that. Watch this. I'm only responsible for what I say. I'm never responsible for how you take what I say. Can't hold me accountable for that. That's your train of thought. I have nothing to do with your train of thought. I have nothing to do with the way that you receive information. All I can do is give you the information the way that I feel is adequate.
Yeah. I think Nipsey Hussle said it best. You can't put your expectation of me on me.
How about that?
Oh. So now we done turned to a rap battle? That's what we doing?
That's what we're doing. Bar for bar.
But that was from an interview. I would say this too, to your point, to you, Velvet and Nitty. Listen, if something is being said, I don't care where you're at. It could be here or outside. It could be in another panel. If something that's people saying resonate, sparks something within you, then maybe we are talking about you.
How about that? You like apples?
Like I don't. Let me tell you something. If somebody was to say, if somebody was to say something that had nothing to apply to me, I'll look around and be like, they ain't talking about it. Doesn't bother me. You know, I don't need to say, but that doesn't apply to me. Or what about everybody else? Nah. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it is sparking something within you, I encourage you to take a moment and ask why that is, because we may actually be talking to you. It just depends on your situation.
That's just something. Depends on the way you take it. You can either think about it, not think about it, or you say, listen, you know, what he said or what she said, yeah, it may get to me, but all in all, I make the final decision.
And also think about it like this. We as men, like I said, we're the life givers. So if we are coming into a relationship and per se that beautiful woman has children, and say for boys, for instance, right? What is that woman going to look for in you as a man? Someone that can what? Raise men. But if that woman is not respecting you as a man, how can you even help raise another man? Because what that woman is going to do is that woman is going to teach the son that this is your outcome in life. I'm teaching you on how women are going to either respect you or not respect you. What women are going to perceive you as and not perceive you as. Because it starts right there at home. So if the man that you are seeking out has all these qualities and you love this man and you say you love this man, that means you need to invest into that man and into his leadership. Why? Because he's investing into your children's leadership. So if you can't respect his leadership, you're not going to respect your sons when they get older. You're going to be telling them they can't cry. You're going to be telling them that they can't show the emotions. You're not allowed to and all these different things. If you're telling that to your man. So remember, everything that you say to your man, you might as well say to your own. Because that's exactly what you're teaching them.
To your daughters.
What was you talking about?
I ain't even going down that road. Nope. I love being me. Nope, Michael, you got that. That's on you, man.
Mike, I think there's also a situation where they need to understand that's the person you need to talk to the men in your family. Not just your man, the men in your family. Your fathers and your sons, you know what I'm saying? They need the person to talk about what you just mentioned.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something, man. I gotta put my oatmeal down. It's too good. I'm trying not to.
You smacking, you sound like D4 over here smacking, bro.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, man. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all rock out. I'm gonna mute up. I'm gonna eat my oatmeal. And I'm gonna come back. So y'all got it.
What you mean, Quaker, bro?
Whatever it is, it sound hearty.
Oatmeal, walnuts. Well, here it is. It's oatmeal, bananas, walnuts, honey.
Still coming.
Whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah, whatever it is, it sounds good.
Yes.
Like making an egg sandwich, it sounds good.
It is, yeah. Well, what I'm gonna do is, since I'm gonna let y'all handle this, I'm gonna mute up, then I'm gonna come back.
There you go.
We appreciate you. Enjoy, bro.
Y'all got it. Can y'all hear me?
I twin.
Y'all got jokes, boy.
Yo, can I have some, bro?
No, my brother. No, my brother. You got to get your own.
No. Do you have 1 + 1 ball? Like, do you have 2 balls or 4 balls? Okay, just one. We just want to make sure your math is math. Okay? Sometimes, you might add a little something extra that's not there. So we just want to make sure we.
We petty. We done got petty.
How about that? Shots fired. We got shots fired.
Yo. Let's get back.
Let's get back, because I can hear him smacking and he muted. I can still hear him smacking.
Yeah, by the time we clowning, then we'll be finished. Yeah, right. That's too fun. That's fun. Yeah. But no, man, in lieu of what we're talking about, let's get to the brass tacks of what we're talking about, because we're not going to sit here and just talk about the issue. We're also going to talk about solutions. The solution is what we're saying. one of the solutions is understanding that men play an important role. And here's the thing: we're going to stand up on the fact that we haven't always taken our rightful places when it was necessary. We allowed people, places, and things to get us off our square. Hence why we do this, because guess what? You're talking to brothers who stand on their square, but not perfect, with flaws, but standing on our square. And our responsibility is to share with other brothers who want to connect like-minded, because we're talking about like-minded people. That's why we ain't even worried about the people in the comment. We're only talking to people that we talking to. And if I ain't talking to you, then guess what? I ain't talking to you. And if you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool too, because I'm not talking to you. So we have to understand that what we're doing here is enlightening the next one, male or female, because again, it's been said for too long, man, we don't know how men think, we don't know how the brothers feel, why they do this, why they do that. Well, we're explaining to you why we do what we do and how we do what we do. Doesn't mean it's always right, but here's the thing, this is where we can get it right. We can agree to disagree, but it's also, you have to find some common ground on where we're going to live and where we can exist and come together, because once upon a time, you couldn't separate us, even if I wasn't family. What happened to that? Okay, that's a whole other conversation for another. But right now, what we're talking about is, do we think before we make better moves? You better believe we do. You better believe we do. Here's the fun part. Can you really get mad at a person who thinks before they make a better move, but he has the wrong information? I'll say it again. Can we really hold someone accountable who's thinking to make a better move, but has the wrong information? The answer is no. That's where grace comes in. That's where you have to be merciful, because guess what? If, as they say, if you knew better, you would do better. Okay, that's cool. But what if you don't know? What if nobody told you? Or better yet, what if somebody told you once, twice, 3 times? I'm sorry, that's a song. I'm sorry. What if somebody told you once, someone told you twice, but because of the mind frame you were in, you didn't want to hear what they had to say. But 5 years later, you're like, you know what? Someone told me, I heard this one somewhere before. So our job is not to sit up here and beat you over the head. Our job is just to give you the tools you need to build your own foundation so that you can live your life. And I land.
From now on, that's how you cook. That's how you cook.
Bro, you gonna do that? You stupid.
Oh, my bad.
Are you finished, brother? Before you say something, make sure you finish all of your meal, bro.
I said, from now on, that's how you cook. I know that's your word, but that's how you cook.
You know, that is probably the best thing that, you know, I've heard a lot of good things from all the brothers on it, but that was really on point, brother. You know, and the thing is, we also got those who have to remind ourselves that we can get the information, but sometimes the information can be, like you said earlier, can be incorrect. And we need to really adjust to that if it's incorrect, and try to find a way to make sure that we get the right information and stuff. You know, whether it's that person who said the incorrect information, let them know that they're wrong, and they can find out how to get the correct information. So,
I think for men, I'm full now. Yeah, in trouble. Nah. I think for men that we need to pace ourselves in everything that we do. We need to pace ourselves. Stop looking at everything as it's a race. It's not a 55-yard dash. Everything that we should do in our life should be a marathon. Everything that we do should be a marathon. Whether in our marriages, in our relationships, how we live in, everything should be a marathon. We should take our time. Because if you think about it like this, if you take your time and do it right the first time, you are not going to make the mistake and have to go back and do it again. And I say that to say, even in relationships, take your time. Like we do as men, we'll go, I'm gonna say as far as 45% of getting to know the woman, but not go the full yard. I know 45% of this woman, but I don't know 100% of her. And when we say we lead in a relationship, yes, we are. We're the ones that leading them out. We're leading them to the bedroom. We're doing all this stuff. But at the end of the day, if you truly want to get to know somebody, Think about it like this. If I'm in a relationship with you, woman, this is a marathon. This is not a race. I'm not trying to get to know you real quick. I want to know your inner you. Because see, that's the best part of knowing a woman, her inner the enemy. Not the enemy, but her who she is on the inside. Because on the outside, the beauty is only skin deep. But how long is that going to last? It ain't gonna last long. But if I can get to know who you truly are, how you operate, it'll give me an idea if I really want to deal with you or not, and vice versa. Because see, we tell a woman what we want them to hear, but not what they need. We tell them what we want them to know, but not what they need. We feed them I'm about to say all the bullshit, but we're not feeding them properly. We're allowing them to eat up all the crap that we're throwing at them, but we're not feeding them knowledge and understanding of who we truly are as a man. And when we can truly sit back and learn how to do that, and keep our Johnson what Johnson's supposed to be. You know me. Come on, listen. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat nothing.
You know what it is.
Y'all know what it is.
But you know your favorite word is glizzy, so we'll just
Nah, I ain't talking about no. I'm keeping it real. Well, we can learn to keep Johnson what Johnson's supposed to be and stop letting Johnson overwhelm the thoughts of our brain. Dude, we're gonna be in a better place. We'll be so much better. And I say that to say to some of you ladies too. Stop letting your box do the talking. Oh, y'all thought I forgot about y'all, right? Nah, I ain't forget. Stop allowing your boxes to do the talking for y'all.
Well, let me just say this to you, brother. We know that we know who you are. You know, I'm a little bit trying to get to know you more better, but we know who you are. But that doesn't mean it's still not funny, brother.
Oh, it could be funny.
But I'm just saying, you just have sometimes you have to listen to humor in this conversation. Sometimes the things you say is funny. That's it.
Listen, you know what the beauty of it is? I mean, you got to have some humor. But you know what the beauty of it is, though? When you're with someone and you're not laying down with them, but you're just actually laying with them mentally, your connection is different than it is because do the math. You with this woman you lay down with, and all of a sudden you pretty much like, okay, I got the goods, but it's like now you're looking at her differently. But if you do that, if you just start looking at her before you even get the goods, you will look at her differently.
You sure? There's no debating that, bro.
Yeah, and the same thing with women. If women stop laying down with men, you will start seeing a man for who he truly is. But then when you open up your box and you get whooped because he don't put that thing down, now you're not looking at him for who he truly is. Now you're only looking at him, not him for who he truly is. You respect this more than you respect this.
It's like
Y'all think it's a game. Just like some men respect the box more than they respect that woman.
Well, they want the box more than they want the woman.
That part. It's crazy work, but see, when you think about it as an adult, why you think so many women and some of these men be holding these women hostage and some of these women stay in these hostage situations? I'm gonna say that again. Why you think so many men holding these women hostages and these women are staying in these hostage situations? Has nothing to do with that man. You've been with somebody 15, 20 years, ain't never married you, but guess what? He know how to do that thing. That's what normally keeps some of them. He know how to do that. That man could be as bad as all outdoors. But guess what? He could come in there and lay it down like no other man has ever done it. Y'all got it. I'm gonna go back on mute.
You got it, brother. You telling the truth, though, bro. You telling the truth. And here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about me now. I had to respectfully understand that I was out here feeding women with junk food. No nourishment whatsoever, just junk food. All the junk. And look, and wasn't even ashamed to give it to them. Junk food. What do I mean by junk food? Nothing about me was sustainable. Nothing about me was nutritional. Nothing about me was even worth having on a daily basis. It was more about what, let me get a quick boost and keep it pushing. But that's childish. That's real childish. That's real immature. And once you understand that what you're doing is very immature, and here's the real fun part, man. When you got daughters, you really start thinking about how you operate and how you move. Because you know what you used to do. And you don't want that happening to your babies. Even your sons. Because don't think the boys don't get dragged out here anything. It's important to understand that. And that's why I said, when you were a child, okay, and at some point you put away childish things and become a man, and that's not just the gender of a man, it's just period, growing up and owning your stuff and being better. Landon.
I also think it's a situation where sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time, I could have, the things that I'm learning in my 50, and I'm 57 trip around the sun. Sometimes I could have learned this stuff much better when I was like Micah's age, you know what I'm saying? And this is something that, to the young brothers, we need to pass this on to the younger brothers to let them know that, there's a process. I know you want to get dropped in draws and stuff, but take the time, get the progress moving. If you're interested in that person. So,
So I want to say one more thing to somebody. I want to address somebody in the comments. I'm trying to go back to it. She said something about love. Let me. Okay. Somebody said I gave up on love because men. You gave up on love because of the man or the men that you deal with, that you surrounded yourself with. You can't blame every man for something that a couple men that you dealt with did. Listen, men. That man probably told you he loved you just to get you, just to get what he wanted. See that's. I gotta say it. Oh Lord, I gotta say it. What some of y'all women fail to realize is a man will tell you he loves you just to get them draws. Because he know that that's something that a lot of y'all women want. Y'all want to be loved. I'm not saying all of y'all, but some of y'all want to be loved, and y'all want that word. I need a man to love me. I want to feel loved, and he'll give you exactly what you want just to get what he wants, and then he walks away from you. Because all he has to do is tell you one thing. If all I gotta do is tell her I love her, then why not? Yes, shame on him, but it's also shame on you for telling that man something too. You gotta understand, for every action there's a reaction. If you're gonna give a man a blueprint, what do you expect for him to do? He's gonna use it. You give somebody a blueprint, how do you listen? How you think buildings get built? Because they got the blueprint. So how do you think some of y'all women get with some of these dudes that y'all realize, how did I get with this man? Because you gave him the blueprint. Keep your mouth closed. Stop telling him all the stuff that you need and all this other stuff.
Wow. Can I say this?
Come on.
You said the young sister said she gave up on love. My question is this, sis, and I mean no disrespect by this either. So hear me when I'm saying, what love are we talking about? Because it sounds like you gave up on lustful possessions or being lustfully possessed by someone else. Because last I checked, love ain't none of that what we're talking about. See, love is long suffering, it's patient, it's kind. It does all these other beautiful things before we even get to that. So my question is, you have to really understand, what kind of love are we looking for? Is it the God kind of love or society's love? Society will give you all kinds of spin on love. But you have to understand what love really is. And here's the thing, it ain't that deep. You got a phone, you can go find out what love really is in its purest form. And if you look for those kind of loves and you think on those kind of things about love, you don't get blindsided by the foolishness. See, we can only get blindsided because we don't know. And here's the thing, just because you don't know doesn't mean you're not going to be held accountable or you can't be blindsided by it. So please understand what love we're talking about. Because here's the thing, once you say a thing like that, you say, you know what, I give up on love. I promise you, you won't find it anywhere. Not only will you not find a relationship, you're in a male to female relationship, you won't find it anywhere in any relationship. You'll just be walking around here just existing because you actually cursed what it actually is. You said what you said. My suggestion, start saying what you want it to be.
You better talk that talk, boy.
God held in mind, produced after the can. You After you're kind, your thoughts become your thing. If you think positive, you're going to receive positive. If you think negative, you're going to receive negative. But hey, it's like Velvet said, they don't want this work.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, listen, man.
Create our own reality.
That part.
I say.
It's like when we learn, like when we truly sit back and be like, you know what, I've made so many mistakes in my life. Even though I'm a person that says I never make mistakes, I've made mistakes but my mistakes turn to challenges. My challenges turn to my reality. Like Mr. Ford just said, we create our own. I created my own reality, and I lived in it for so long that I was out of touch with a lot of things for me. And when I realized I had to come back to my form, to who I truly am, which means I had to go back to my father because I was trying to do things on my own, and he allowed me. He let go the reins and allowed me to do what I wanted to do, and showed me, like, guess what? Everything you're going to do is going to fail because I'm not in the midst. So when I had to fall back on my knees and, like, you know what? Here I am. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without you. See, as a man, I'm gonna tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you find yourself waking up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you better give him some praise. Give him some praise. You can just say thank you, Lord, and go back to sleep. That's it. Because
No. Give him the real one. If you get woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's not, you ain't having a bad dream. No, you better get on your knees because he didn't wake you up for you to go back to sleep. He woke you up for you to talk to him.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back on. I'm gonna go back to timeout.
Listen, it's a difference, and to be honest, where I'm at right now with my brothers, I don't know how, and I always say I don't know how long this is going to last. But what we have as a family, that's not going nowhere. But I say this: what he put on this platform is for a reason, because we are the season. Because there's so much bland crap out there that we are his season in this app, and we're gonna continue to do what needs to be done in his name. Because as long as he's in me and he's within us, we ain't going nowhere, fellas. Real talk. I love each and every one of y'all. But we at that time because the warden just gave me the clock sign. No, Lenny, you ain't happy to be here. We don't like you, bro. We love you, man.
Yes.
So when I say this, I say that horsemen, stand up and continue to stand on your squares. Real talk. Because ain't nobody gonna knock us off this horse. Because I got a whole stallion in a stable. So with that being said,
Stalin in the stable.
Stalin in a stable. Rob, let's get it, man. Give us a quick closing for these beautiful, amazing 300 some odd people that's still up in here. Can we get some power taps, y'all? Because we love y'all. Please do not leave until you get all the closings from all the brothers. Respectfully. We thank y'all for joining. First of all, let me do this real quick. Because I always got to shout out the people that's in the comments. And then all you amazing people that come to this live, we truly appreciate y'all. We thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts. If you don't hear from nobody else on this app, you definitely gonna hear from us. You guys are the ones that make this live what it is. It's not us here. It's not us on the platform. It is you guys. You're the ones when you come here. You make this live what it is. We're just faces. We're just up here to talk and give y'all information that needs to be said, coming from our hearts and coming from our experiences. But it's all 300 some odd people that's here. Thank y'all for joining. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we love to see y'all to come back when we do it again. But with that being said, Brother Rob, if you don't mind.
Piggyback what you said earlier, talking about mistakes. You turn that mistake, and I heard this before, you turn this mistake into a retake. And do me a favor, bring some more, okay, so we can share for all of us.
Hey! No, like I keep saying, no, my brother, you got to get your own. Nah, appreciate you, Rob. Thank you for joining. To let everybody know, we will be back Friday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Horsemen will be back. So for those that are here, put it in your calendar, set it on your notifications, write it down and put a sticky note next to your computer, whatever you're watching from. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Horsemen will be back. Okay. Who want to be next? Because y'all know me, I don't do no names. Y'all just go as y'all go.
I'll do it. I got you because I got slide. You know what I mean? Look here. As always, this is a pleasure, and it's also, I appreciate it because I'm serving God's people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm linked up with my brothers. Makes me feel good every day. And I got a team of support. You feel what I'm saying? I want to thank everyone in the chat for chatting. I want to thank even the ones we want to address. I want to thank you for chatting. I want to thank my mods. We appreciate the ladies in the background. Thank you for the gifts, as well as, I want to say this too. The ladies in the chat, Sister Rain and Nudgy, she moved the room on Sunday, ladies, because this is a men's panel. She moves the room Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Please go there because you get a chance to do what we're doing here on the ladies panel. Once again, she moves the room. Rain and Nudgy, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday. Don't miss it. Fellas, you know what? Guess what? We got a calendar too. Ladies, it's in our bio. Go to our bio to see our calendar. I promise you, you'll like it. We suited and booted.
You know what?
Is.
I got a challenge for 300 people in this live right now. I challenge 300 people to go right now and go purchase this calendar with us, Bearded Brothers calendar. I bet you y'all won't do it. I bet you y'all won't do it.
No, they ain't gonna do it. They too busy talking trash. They broke. They broke.
They're not gonna.
Money.
They ain't gonna do it.
And if you just see the price of the calendar,
it was not.
Okay, it's not. Just look at the price. Okay, it's pretty much $3.99. Okay.
You gotta go. So here's the thing.
$3.99.
The link has been being dropped in this in the panel right now. If you need the link, you can go to each and every one of these brothers up here. Go to each and every one of our bios, and you will see it on our pages. The link is right there. You can get the calendar right then and there. But I challenge y'all. See, now they want to run. See, now they want to run when they hear I gotta spend. Go get this calendar.
Right. And February is the best month.
Hey, so
yeah, February is the second best month.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say whatever, y'all. Whatever.
Yeah, you lied. You lied.
Whatever, bro. So listen, let me leave you people, lovely people, with this. It is very important, right, that you cherish the moment, relive the memories, and love each other. It's important we do that. It is so real. And I land. Love you, bros.
Love you too, bro.
Hey, and as always, look at the white shoes.
Look at the white shoes.
That's right.
Oh my God, man.
Prayer for you, boy.
Yo,
Ladies, drop me.
Pack them up.
Pack 'em up.
Take me to
Oh, you asked for it.
Yeah, well, you get what you ask for.
You get what you asked for, yeah. Nah, you know what? The reason why we promoting this calendar, ladies and gentlemen, is because we're the only men on TikTok that actually trying to do something positive. And all the proceeds is going to something very amazing that I think that you guys will also enjoy. So it's not like we're doing it. This is nothing that's going in our pockets. We're doing this because we have something bigger in alignment with the proceeds. So I'm gonna keep promoting this calendar until December. Well,
It's your calendar.
well, I'm just not gonna say this. I got 3 more months of promoting and then I'm done.
No, that's not how any of this works. That's not how any of this works. We promote and we promote. Even though next month is the best month, I'm still going to promote after next month.
No doubt. I got I got 3 months left in me. After that, I can't promote no more.
You call it quits.
After your birthday.
Hey, don't put my business on the strip.
You see how that works, right?
I ain't even say that.
Look, you see how that works, right? My birthday early in the year, so I can't quit early. I got
He's trying to math his math right now. making sure that his math is correct.
Yes, I am. I'm making sure I'm standing on business. 3 months. I had to count. February, March, April. Yeah.
I said 4 months as the standard. You got to do 4 months.
Exactly.
4 months, you ain't doing it right.
That's it. Well, 4 months from now, it'd be what? In May. Non-cypher.
Listen, let's not listen. I don't even want to start doing no math about it right now. Come on, Diddy, what you got?
Yo, I just want to say, man, nothing don't lie with my brothers, the horsemen, riding high, can't quit, won't stop, all of that. I love y'all to death. Yeah, I had to drop because I was talking to I was hollering at a cat about a dog, and the skies is opening up for the brother.
Amen. Amen.
Everything looking good. I just want to let y'all know that. Peace and love to everybody. Ladies, we are out here loving on y'all. Let us love you. Love yourself so we can love you. We can't love you if you ain't loving yourself.
Ooh.
Can't. It's impossible to do that. So love yourself enough so that we can love you too. And I land.
Brother Nitty. You know I'm going to holler at you later. You already know how we do.
Yes, sir. I already know.
You already know prayers going up, Diddy.
You already know.
Yeah, when you holler at him, put me in that.
I got you.
I'll let y'all later.
All right, brother.
Wait, man. Hold on. Real quick. Nitty, get off the line, bro. They coming for you. Get off the line, bro. They coming for you.
Oh, my God.
I'm gone. You can pack me up.
Who unpacked them? Yo, yeah, let me give a quick public service announcement. So we have the Horsemen tomorrow. I'm sorry, we have the Horsemen on Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Giving y'all the rundown. Saturday is Velvet Jones, myself with the Horsemen. Of course, always bring my brothers up. That ain't nothing new. Saturday evening, we have Love Jones. We have Rain Love and Velvet Jones. Very good conversation. I think you guys should join that too. That is Saturday evening. Sunday morning, Micah's Ministry. The young bull right here, Sunday mornings. Come join Micah's Ministry. I think it's going to be amazing. The lineup is real. Then you have Sunday evening where you have She Moves the Room, which you have Rain Love and you have Sister Nudging. Ladies, that is a platform for you women where I think that y'all should definitely go to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all need to be writing these down. Don't miss out. Ladies, She Moves the Room, an amazing platform for your women to be vulnerable, for your women to be accountable, and for your women to have a great discussion. I think it's an amazing place where women need to go and interact with other women to create that sister bond that sometimes I feel is missing, to be honest. Straight up and down. Then when we come back again, you have Monday. Brother Ford, Mr. Ford Focus. He sets the tone. Ford sets the tone for the week. As Monday comes, Ford sets the tone with Ford Focus, an amazing live for us brothers when we get together such as this, and we have amazing real men conversations such as this. That is at 7 Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Then on Tuesday morning, Cooking with Brothers, Mr. Ford, myself, and my twin D Ford. When we make breakfast in the morning, cooking and conversation, we sit in the kitchen, we make our breakfast, we have conversations, and after we eat and break bread, then we have an open conversation. And then we back at it like crack addicts on Wednesdays and Friday with the Horsemen. So that is the weekly schedule. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Because we mostly here in the morning. 7 Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock. I don't know what time, Micah, what time you're going to do your thing, Micah? So that way we can,
9 a.m.
So we got 9 a.m.
11. Your time is 2 hours ahead, y'all. New York.
Well, you like 3. You in Arizona, so you like 3 out.
I'm in Arizona, yeah. So 3 hours. So yeah, mine would be 9.
So it'd be 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Micah's Ministry.
So he's on the same as me.
So he's on the same time zone as Mr. Ford. So yes, I think that Everything is on the calendar. Everything is on the calendar. See, when you buy the calendar, you get everything that you want. It's all on the back and part of the calendar. That's what I'm saying. You need to buy this calendar, and you can get the road, the path to all the things that we're doing right now. And it leads you to every live, who's going live, what time, this, that, and the third. So that's why we're truly promoting this calendar. Well, we didn't add Micah's ministry, but it's already added in spirit, so we already know he's there. Okay, Brother Micah, what you got?
You already know I'm gonna do my thing. It's one God, one truth, one understanding, one faith. And coming up this Sunday, y'all, get ready for some real truth. It ain't gonna be that sugar-coated stuff. People doing parades and a whole bunch of music, and you don't even get a message. You're gonna get a message. You're gonna get some understanding. You're gonna get what it is that's gonna help truly build your life spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And all the truth is gonna come from one God, one Christ, one faith. And that's where I land.
You at work right now? Are you home?
I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah, bro, I'm about to say, you better get some.
He just got home.
Oh, man, you better crash, bro.
Oh, and there's definitely gonna be some singing. Don't even trip because I'll sing. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes down to gospel, you know that Lord gonna hear this voice. So yeah, there'll probably gonna be some singing.
Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. I got your back, bro. I got some vocals, kid. Don't let the gangster twist. You know what I'm saying? Brother got vocals.
We gonna do that.
Oh, we gonna get it in like Flynn. All right, brother, but get some rest, man, for real. Love you, and we'll politic. And then there was two.
Oh man. Good conversation, brother. Good conversation. Appreciate everybody that came in. Thanks for everybody for the gifts. Thank you for the taps. Amazing conversation. Definitely appreciate everybody that came in, showed some love, and appreciate the conversation. And definitely appreciate the conversation. I'm gonna leave it real quick. Your reality is what you make it, and oftentimes our knee-jerk reactions create what those realities are. So we need to understand that we need to make sure that we are sound in mind and have positioned ourselves in a way that no matter what happens, even in the knee-jerk reaction, it is something that is done. It's a responsible reaction, and it is for the better good of everybody involved, including especially ourselves. So I just say keep that in mind, because when it's all said and done, all we have is each other. So learn to love yourselves, learn to love each other. And what does Ford say? If it ain't about love, it ain't about nothing.
That's it. If it ain't about love and it ain't about laughter, it ain't about nothing.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
My brother Ford, man, you already know I love you, bro.
Love you too, brother.
Love you like cooked food, like a fat kid loves cake. I'm waiting. Oh, mine just got delivered on Tuesday. Yay. Ooh, so first of all, I want to do this. Shout out to Rain Love for the topic today. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. An amazing topic. Yes, she came up with the topic today. So shout out to Rain Love. Give her a round of applause for an amazing topic. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know who this. Someone calling me a stranger. Interesting. I say this real quick. A lot of time, us men, we, like I said earlier, I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes men, we need to pause and just allow things to move in order for us to see clearly. We cannot see clearly if we're constantly on the move. Not everything needs to be fixed by us. Some things some things are just out of our control. It's okay, Coco. Well, thank you for being your first time here. We appreciate you joining. Um, we have to start moving differently, including myself. I'm holding myself accountable. We have to start taking on a lot more of the responsibilities than leaving everything up to the woman. Here's what it is. We want to call ourselves men. We want to lead. This is how you lead. Leaders take on responsibilities as well. That's another way of moving. A lot of men can't see themselves doing that. But anyway, that was just one little gem I just wanted to drop. I don't have too much to say this morning. A lot of stuff has been said, and I appreciate my brothers for real. And like Uncle say, the more responsibilities a man can take on from his woman, the better his credit score would be. I'm gonna leave that right there. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, Unc. Just gonna put my hands up. Men, like you said, get your credit score up. And once again, I'm just gonna give a quick rundown. Um, Once again, you got Friday, you have the horsemen again. Saturday, you have myself with the horsemen. Of course, we all horsemen, so just us, just the brothers. We're gonna be up here doing what we do on Saturday morning. Saturday evening, you have myself and Rain Love. We'll be doing Love Jones. Um, it's a couples thing for people that are couples. If you're not a couple and you're dating, whatever the case may be, this is what we're doing. Um, Sunday morning, you have Micah's ministry, the young brother that be up here preaching and doing his thing. I think he has a very strong ministry, and I think he has a very strong message for y'all. So I think that y'all should truly join that 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then, of course, for you ladies, I am encouraging you women. She moves the room. Come out and act like an adult. Leave your girlish and your childish stuff behind and come out there and be a woman and come get this work. You can come get the work, you can come put in some work, and you can be vulnerable, but you're also gonna be held accountable. You talk about accountability a lot, right? So come out there and be held accountable for some of the stuff, for some of the topics that or some of the conversations that's being brought up. I think your women would truly enjoy it. Of course, us men will always be there to support our sisters because they support us, and that's the difference. We come out to support. So I think that y'all should do the same. And last and not least, get your calendars. I'm challenging y'all. The whole 140 people that's still left in this live, I challenge you to go buy this calendar. You won't regret it. I guarantee you, you will not regret it. It's on platforms. It's on my platforms. It's on Mr. Ford's. It's on Uncle Angelo's. It's on my brother in Infinite. It's on Lee Nitty's. It's on Micah's platform. It's on Nudges. It's on Rain Loves. It's on D Ford's. I'm not gonna call him his name because he might catch me and I have to owe him $1. Ain't slipping up. Go get this calendar, ladies. Bearded Brother Calendar. Uncle just posted it again right now in the comments. Where you see my hand is, that's where it's at. Go get this calendar. I'm telling you, y'all will not regret it. He's definitely lurking somewhere. That's why I ain't even playing with it. See, and we already got somebody. She said she already got hers and she's waiting on it. Thank you for your support, sister. For real, we truly appreciate y'all. But look, Velvet Jones got to slide because at the end of the day, I got to end this live and go start my other live. Not other live, but my other live. Anyway, as I always say, may the love of the Lord be with us all until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, hopefully see you guys on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we back at it on Monday. Come on, let's get it. Enjoy the rest of your day on purpose. And this is hump day. That don't mean go out there and hump on somebody. That means just get over the hump. Have a blessed one, guys. Peace. Peace out, my brother.